to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. Oh, I know I'm running behind. Please forgive me. But y'all know how I do. If you're new to the show, I got a job that I work, and then I get off work and I rush in and I come on the air. And clearly I'm rushing a little more than normal because I just got in, came downstairs, hit the lights, action. So we're here. Again, forgive me for my tardiness, but I hope y'all understand. I still want everyone not call in, text or send a message. Just say hi to me. Just say hi to me. I feel like I need it today. Nothing bad happening. Nothing bad happening. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. Of course, you can give me a call, 513-717-5464. 513-717-5464. But all I ask in return for the show is that you just say hello and let me know where you're checking me out from. I don't have a whole lot to talk about today. Clearly, I haven't been able to watch the news. I haven't been able to do any of that kind of stuff. I'm just getting in. Been at work, and today was a work day. That sounds silly, don't it? Some days when I'm at work, I'm not working. Stuff is going on. I'm recording videos, or I'm editing videos, or something is rendering. When something is rendering, you're just there. You're watching it. But you got time to do other stuff. I'm on a different computer because you don't want to be surfing the web on the computer that you're rendering on, using up resources. So I'm on a different computer, and I might be surfing the web, looking at stories and looking things up. Maybe got my phone on in one ear, and I'm listening to Lincoln Ware and then listening to Wyatt or whatever. Today, I didn't get a chance to do any of that. Today was working. We're getting close to the show. The show is September 23rd in Jacksonville, Florida. So we're getting closer to the show, and the closer you get to the show, the more things have to be done. So that was the case today. So I didn't get a chance to hear a single second of Lincoln Ware. I think I got a chance to hear like maybe a minute of Wyatt. And I'll be honest, I don't know what he was talking about. Again, I only heard a minute, so this is not shade at Wyatt. When I tuned in, he was saying something along the lines of, if you don't know how to do it, don't say somebody holding you back. But people don't want to be the ones to say, well, I'm not achieving whatever it is I want to achieve because I lack the knowledge. And that was pretty much all of his show that I heard. So I don't know what he was referencing or any of that kind of stuff. So I haven't heard anybody's show today. Haven't watched the news. Only thing I know, and I saw this last night, was that apparently they projected that issue 1 would fail. Issue 1 failed. So they didn't get a chance to change the state constitution. That's like the only piece of news that I've seen. And of course, I just went to a couple of news sites real quick. Y'all saw me over here. Real quick, I went to a couple of news sites and saw, they still messing with Trump. But I got a question for y'all. But I'll get to that in a minute. Y'all know, before I do any of that kind of stuff, I like to say hello to all of the good people who checking me out. So let me see. Let's get down here. Wait a minute. Okay. That's from there. I think this is from today. Carolyn, good afternoon. East Walnut Hills checking in. All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Robert. Robert Willis checking us out from Anderson Township. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Maria. Good afternoon, North College Hill checking us out. Can't beat that. Miss Pittsburgh. Good afternoon. I'm going to assume you're checking in from Pittsburgh. It's in your name. It only makes sense. So Pittsburgh checking us out. Good afternoon. Karen. Good afternoon, Karen. Good afternoon. Checking us out from the West End. West End in the house. Good afternoon, Erica. I don't know why I almost left the A off. Erica. Good afternoon. Checking us out from Reading. Got Scott Bain in the house. Good afternoon, Scott. Checking us out from West Walnut Hills. So we got East Walnut Hills. We got West Walnut Hills. All we need is North, South, and Central Walnut Hills. And then we got all of Walnut Hills. Good afternoon, Scott. Anthony. Good afternoon, Anthony. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Regina. Good afternoon. Anthony and Regina said, I'm not telling you where I'm checking you out from. Ain't none of your business. You're ungrateful. Just so y'all know, y'all ungrateful. Y'all know I just like to see where y'all from. Good afternoon, Regina. Andrea. Good afternoon, Andrea. Good afternoon. Miss Pittsburgh. She says, just left Wyatt show. He's still going strong. Yeah, I did pull it up just a second ago and saw that. Of course, I can't hear what he's saying, but I see he is still on there. He's still going strong. Oh, hold on. Oh, he got the music going. All right. He's shutting it down. But good afternoon. Good afternoon. Regina said Beachmont. Myosha, good afternoon. Says a very stressed out Myosha checking in from the bunker in Avondale, not north. Whatever. You're not fooling me. Sabrina, checking us out from Kentucky. All right. Good afternoon, Brini. Got Preston in the house with the thumbs up. Good afternoon, Preston. Good afternoon. Anthony said he in hiding. He owes some people. All right. We got JCP. JCP checking us out. Covington. Cleaned up the racist name. All right. Ooh, hiccups. When I laugh, sometimes it gives me hiccups. Holding my breath. All right, that should do it. JCP in the house. Brent checking us out from Dallas. Carolyn says, I hate those days when you really got to work, like really work. Yeah. Y'all think because I'm here and y'all paying me, I'm supposed to just be working? I got other stuff to do. Good afternoon, Carolyn. Got Tria in the house. I feel another hiccup coming. Tria in the house. Columbia Township. Got Sierra checking us out from Boston. Good afternoon, Sierra. Got Daryl. What's up? We got Yo Underwood in the house. Good afternoon, Yo Underwood. Preston says Hamilton County voters came out. Yes. Preston says he's checking us out from Avondale. We got Quintano in the house. Good afternoon, Quintano. Good afternoon. Clifton Heights checking us out. LaDonna. Good afternoon, LaDonna, checking us out from East Price Hill. And of course, Mary from White Oak. We got Angela in the house. She says salutations. Good afternoon, Angela. Let's see. We got Kim in the house from Bond Hill. All right. Checking us out, Bond Hill. What's up, Bond Hill? And good afternoon, Kim. Vincent. Good afternoon, Vincent from Mason. All right. He says he's on a staycation. Well, you can't beat that. Gloria. Good afternoon. John says good afternoon as well. Kenneth, as usual, says great day, powerful people, West Side. Chelsea, checking in from the mansion. All right. One of these days, I'm going to get an invite out to the mansion. My own niece won't invite me to her house. What you think I'm going to do? Steal some those fancy custom made what you got them things you sit your cup on, coasters. She gets those things custom made, fancy. I don't want your coasters, Chelsea. Good afternoon. We got Dwayne. Dwayne in the house. Good afternoon, everyone from Mount Airy. So Mount Airy checking us out. Lonzo says, good day, people. He's at work, or maybe he's just saying good day to the people at work. But either way, good afternoon, Lonzo. We got Jeannie in the house. Jeannie, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Wednesday. She checking in from Covington, Kentucky. All right, we got Terry checking us out from downtown. Good afternoon, Terry. Good afternoon. LaDonna says, drink some water. I didn't have time to bring no water down here. I rushed in, rushed down, sat down, fired everything up. And here I am. I feel a hiccup coming. It's the weirdest feeling. We got Springdale in the house. SL4518. You sure that's not like an inmate number? But you that Springdale, what's up? Good afternoon. Do I have a slogan for Cincinnati? No, I do not. We got Dina Johnson checking us out from East Walnut Hills. East Walnut Hills in here representing. We got, is this David? David, yeah, checking us out from the universe. The universe. All right. Pamela Kinney checking us out from North Avondale. North Avondale. My radar say moderate rain starting in 25 minutes. All right. Fran in the house. Good afternoon, Fran. They say be careful who you let use your bathroom. All right. Fame in the house. Fame in the house. All right. Terry says, turn up my mic. My mic is about where it normally is. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is where I normally have it. Rick checking us out from Colerain. And Denise Divine, College Hill in the house. All right. Here, all right. First, let me say, okay, issue 1. Oh, hold on. Tabitha Fox in the house. She says, hello, everyone. Good afternoon, Tabitha. All right. So, hold on now. Let me put the chat on. Put the chat on for anything else come through. So anything that comes through, you'll see it there. Throw the name up so any stragglers know who they're watching when they come in. All right. So issue 1 went down. All right. I guess that's good. I didn't have a choice. I was voting. I was on my way. I was gonna go. I came home from work, did the show. After the show, went upstairs, sat down for 2 seconds, and Mrs. Livingston said, did you vote yet? I said, no, I'm going. Well, what you waiting for? I said, I'm going. Well, I mean, it only gonna take you a few seconds to get in there and vote and get out. It only takes a few seconds, so what you waiting for? I'm going. I'm just sitting down. You can't go vote and then come home and sit down? No, because when I come home, I got other stuff to do. This is just me sitting down for a few minutes. The time that it take you to sit down for a few minutes, you could have voted and been out. That's how I'm like, F it, I'm going to vote, all right? Damn. So, yeah, gotta go vote. I didn't have a choice. She was going to sweat me until I got up and got out and voted. I was going to vote. I was only sitting down for a few minutes. That might be why I'm so tired right now. I missed those few minutes, and those are key minutes. Oh, my goodness. Just sit down for a second. Can I exhale? Just give me a minute to exhale. The polls gonna still be there. They still gonna be open. She wasn't feeling it. So she harassed me until I voted, till I got out and voted. And she walked me to the car. She was going somewhere else. So I know what was going on. She didn't want to leave and then, me sit there and forget to vote or sit there and fall asleep or anything like that. So she wanted to make sure that it happened. I get it. I respect it. I didn't like it, but I get it and I respect it. So got out and voted. Of course, I voted no. And, I won. I voted no and I won. I didn't see the numbers. I didn't see the totals. Did it go down in defeat by at least, the percentage? Was it at least 60%? Let me see if I can pull up the numbers on this. Issue 1, Ohio. Voters rejected it. Yeah, I know that. What's the count? Okay, come on. Show me some numbers. Nobody's showing me the numbers. Show me the numbers. Did it 63-37 is what Vincent is saying? Terry says 58. See, that's why you can't. Brent says 60-40. Andrea says 57-43. Preston says 70. See, that's why you can't. If you didn't notice, you can't take people's word for it when they send you a message. Look at what I just got. I asked the simple, was it 60%? Was it 60%? And here are the numbers that I got. 63. I don't show it. 63-37. And I'm like, all right. But then Terry says 58. All right. Then Brent said 60-40. Then Andrea says 57-43. Preston says 70. But that was Hamilton County. Okay. Then Terry says 58. That's why you need to look it up for yourself. Trying to pull up these numbers. Issue 1. Results. Go to the news sites. They should have the numbers, right? All right. Updated 1 hour ago with 100% reporting. 57-43. 57-43. So let's see who was right. Andrea was right. Andrea said 57-43. All the rest of y'all, where did y'all get y'all numbers from? Andrea says she got her information from WCPO. That's disappointing. I would have liked to see it be 60. Because, that was what they was trying to make it would have just been like a little symbolic thing. It's close to 60, but I would have liked to seen it be 60. Vincent says he got his numbers from radio. What radio? What radio told you that? I don't even remember what your numbers was. Hold on, let me go back and look. Vincent says 63-37 was his number, and he got that from the radio. Who told you that on the radio? I want to bash him a little bit. Who told you that on the radio? Preston says, I said almost 70 this morning. They said 67-33. Who said that this morning? Who said that? Who was telling y'all 67-33? For real, I want to know so I can bash them just a little bit. Give me names. Give me names. Who said that? Uh-huh. Lincoln. I'm not gonna call Lincoln no sissy. Uh David says LaGrande. And Preston says Channel 5. But okay, it passed. That's cool. Or it failed, I guess I should say. That's cool. There's so many things going on. There are so many things. I ask questions of people because I don't know everything. I don't know everything. So here's my question: what's the most pressing issue for Black people? What's the most pressing issue for Black people? And there are people, I'm certain there are people trying to throw water on people's kind of victory parade, on people's joy. I'm sure there are. I just like I heard people, why y'all celebrating what happened in Montgomery? We should be talking about this. Why y'all celebrating that? We should be talking about this. Why y'all concerned about that? We should be why y'all celebrating Donald Trump getting indicted? We should be concerned about this. What should we be concerned about? I mean, I'm one who's of the mind that we should be concerned about everything at the same time because we have that ability. We do have that ability. A lot of people like to put people down for, doing what they do, doing what they do. But hey, what is the important issue? Angela says that would have been cute. Now, if we can cut the victory lap and move on to gun violence or some other serious issue. Why we gotta cut the victory lap? We can't enjoy the victory. We can't sit down and enjoy victories. And what we gonna do? What we gonna do? All right, gun violence. Address it how? I'm all for addressing it. I don't know how to address it. I'm just some dude in Cincinnati who don't shoot people. My kids don't shoot people. My people don't shoot people. So address it how? This is what's beginning to irritate me. It's beginning to irritate me. Everybody want everything addressed. But nobody got a clear plan on how to address it. A lot of people just got criticism about people not addressing things. A lot of people just got Angela says, I wouldn't expect anything different from the man who came home to rest before voting on a one-issue ballot. No, I was already home. When I got off the show, I went upstairs, walked up all those stairs, and sat down on the couch for a second. And before I could even say, whoo, you just vote? You don't vote? What you waiting on? So don't act like, come on. Don't come at me like that. Yeah, all those stairs. It's a lot of stairs. You know how many stairs? It's a lot of stairs. But the bottom line is, I'm getting just a little tired. A little. Okay, here we go. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to hear. Well, a start is to give it the same attention / energy that you give to celebrating and joking. All right. The same energy. You want the same energy. Um, hmm. Let's see. What energy do I have when I'm celebrating something? I can't manufacture my celebration energy because I'm tired. So I can't really manufacture my celebration energy. Plus, I don't think I would give celebration energy to gun violence. Gun violence. Gun violence. All right. Gun violence. We got to stop it, y'all. Gun violence. We got to stop it. Gun violence. That's the energy that I give to that. I don't think you want to give that same energy to gun violence. So can we stop talking about giving the same energy? Do y'all really know what that means? Maybe it just means that to me. I'm a kind of a literal person. You want the same energy for something as for something else, and everything don't deserve the same energy. Everything don't deserve the same energy. It just doesn't. When you go to a concert, that don't get the same energy as when you go to a basketball game. That don't get the same energy as when you go to church. That don't get the same energy as when you go to a protest. It's all different energy. It's all different energy. So I don't want to give it the same energy. I think we give it actually a lot more attention than we do when we celebrate things. I think we give it a lot more attention. How many times, just curious, how many times would you imagine in the past 6 months have we talked about gun violence? In particular in the Black community, but just gun violence in general. How many times have we talked about that in the past 6 months? Anybody just guess. Anybody just guess. I don't know. I don't have an answer. But I know we talk about it a whole lot. We spend entire shows talking about it. What's the answer? Blame the parents. Blame the gun manufacturers. Blame the person who doing it. Let's educate people so that they don't find themselves in a position where they're using gun violence. Can we change the law so that people can't get guns? Can we, how many times in the past 6 months, just 6 months, have we talked about gun violence? Now, how many times in the past 6 months have we talked about or celebrated issue 1 not passing? How many times in the past 6 months have we joked about the brawl in Montgomery? But that's the stuff I'm talking about. I think, people want us to be constantly, when I say wake up and eat problems and sleep problems, work problems. And when we play, think about problems so that we never have time to actually celebrate even small victories. And if you never get an opportunity to celebrate even small victories, what's the point in the victory? What's the point in the victory? So sometimes, let people celebrate. Don't bash people who worked hard for celebrating a win. Because guess what? if we, because I saw Tabitha's comment, we gonna talk about gun violence until it's resolved. But Tabitha, that wasn't kind of the point I believe that was being made. The point was basically stop celebrating now and talk about give the same energy to gun violence, give the same energy to. And of course, the point I was making was we talk about it and we give attention to it constantly. And guess what? If tomorrow we solved the issue of gun violence in the African American community, somehow I was on here today. It's 3:53. And at 4:12, I had the epiphany. It hit me. I said the thing. And all the brothers in the world put their guns down and vowed to never shoot another black man. Somebody would be saying, stop celebrating. Now what we gonna do about, we can't celebrate that? We can't take a minute to say, thank goodness that that's over. We got to move on. Don't be happy. Find a problem and be miserable about it. What you doing smiling? You shouldn't be smiling. So all the brothers stopped shooting each other. Well, but we still got domestic violence. Oh, you're right. We got domestic violence. I'm sorry. I apologize for being happy about a victory. Now let's deal with domestic violence. Gun violence warrants attention. People's children are dying. I don't think that's how you spell dying, but I get the point you was making. And they should be acknowledged. No one's saying they shouldn't. But I asked the simple question, what's the most pressing issue? Is it gun violence? Is that the most pressing issue that the African American community is dealing with here in America? Is it gun violence? Somehow that's what a few of y'all have landed on. It's gun violence. How dare you be happy? How dare you smile? How dare you laugh? How dare you joke? Gun violence. Gun violence. Andrew says gun violence and housing. Stephanie says, I hit a wrong letter. Now you're going to talk about the spelling. Really? Don't be so sensitive, Stephanie. Don't be so sensitive. When I say wrong stuff, I pause and say, what? I said that? And then I correct. Don't be so sensitive. Come on. I'm sorry. Because we're talking about gun violence. And you can't be happy. You can't even take a moment to think about anything else. You got to just talk about that. I figured you were. Preston says it's too many issues. Pick one. I'm asking y'all. Look, let's move from problem to problem. Problem to problem. Randall says economics. Number one, in his opinion. Hold on, let me say it like Wyatt would say it. No, I was just being silly. I don't even know how to turn that into negative. Economics, man, that's what should be the number one issue. Economics. No, he don't talk like that, number one. And you can't even manufacture anything like that. He always says that I make his comments seem really negative. And I wouldn't even know how to do it with that one. Wyatt says economics should be the number one issue that we address. Okay. Economics. Economics. Tabitha says it's not a joking matter. All right. No joke. And I apologize. I shouldn't even made that joke about the way that Wyatt says that I take his comments and make them negative. I apologize for joking. I apologize for finding levity, even in the midst of this horrible, horrible life and existence that we have. I apologize for finding levity. I'm sorry. Wyatt says, so you gonna give me the lick and wear voice? See, I'm laughing again. I'm sorry. So okay. So we got economics, we got housing, and we got gun violence. Economics, housing, and gun violence. Sierra says, statistically speaking, most folk can walk and chew gum at the same time. Yeah, but that's frowned upon. That's frowned upon. That's frowned upon. Stephanie is seconding economics. Now, I'll be honest. I'm asking y'all to tell me what you think is the biggest issue. I'm asking that question, and I would still love for you to tell me. But then my question becomes, and this is clearly just rhetorical, what are you doing to solve that issue, if anything? What are you doing to solve that issue, if anything? Because I think one of the things that we do too much, I see Brent says education. Preston says health and wealth. Health is wealth to many poor diets and self-destructive behavior. So I think he's saying health. Vincent says unity. What are we doing? What are you doing? What are we doing to solve that problem? Not just to talk about it, but to actually, because we talk about all of these issues that we have, and we have issues. I mean, people in general have issues. We, as the Black community, the African American community, we, as Black people in America, we have a set of issues. But y'all do realize I don't want to say it's not really a solution, but it's not really a solution to some of this stuff. A simple solution. A lot of this stuff is that whole each one teach one, each one reach one solution. And we put so much pressure on us to solve these issues, to talk about these issues, to take these issues so serious. I'm not saying they shouldn't be taken serious, but like we be mad at each other because you don't believe that I'm taking your issue as serious as you taking it. When my issue is just as serious as your issue. Somebody can say, I see your economics and I raise you gun violence. Well, I see your gun violence and I raise you housing. And everybody got a reason why they issue is, well, if we had the economics, then we wouldn't have the gun violence. Well, that's not necessarily true. Well, if we didn't have the gun violence, then we could focus on the economics. That's not necessarily what will happen. I want people to stop. And it's just what I want. It don't mean it's going to happen. Stop bashing people for their issue. I don't bash people. Well, maybe not like horribly, but yeah, you probably do bash people. People are mad at people for being happy that issue one failed. You shouldn't be happy about it. We got other issues. Stop celebrating. People are mad at people for, you know, seeing humor in what happened in Montgomery and still being entertained by it. People get mad at people. Can I tell you what I want to know? I want to know, how do we get Jewish power? How do we get Jewish power? Not necessarily Jewish money, even though somebody would say, well, it's the Jewish money that give them the Jewish power. Because they can cancel you. Well, you know, we can cancel people too. But like, did y'all see the whole thing with Jamie Foxx? Where Jamie Foxx, he posted, they killed Jesus, or they killed a man named Jesus. What do you think they would do to you? Or something like that. Something to that effect. Hashtag fake friends. And he had to, hold on, let me see, exactly what did Jamie Foxx say? I want to say exactly what Jamie, hold on, let me go over here. If I do it over here, I won't be able to put it up on the screen. I don't remember exactly what he said. Jamie Foxx anti-Semitic tweet. I didn't think it was anti-Semitic. It was an Instagram post, but it came up anyway. Why do I have an advertisement popping up? All right. Let's see. Go here. Move that out the way. Jamie Foxx apologizes for fake friends post. Stop it. I'm not subscribing. Denies anti-Semitism. The post read, they killed this dude named Jesus. What do you think they'll do to you? And it had hashtag fake friends, hashtag fake love. He had to delete it. And then he had to go back and apologize. What did he say in his apology? I want to apologize to the Jewish community and everyone who was offended by my post. I now know my choice of words have caused offense, and I'm sorry. That was never my intent. To clarify, I was betrayed by a fake friend, and that's what I meant with they, not anything more. I only have love in my heart for everyone. I love and support the Jewish community. My deepest apologies to anyone who was offended. Nothing but love always, Jamie Foxx. So this man was talking about, according to him, fake friends. Talking about fake friends. He says they killed a dude named Jesus. Of course, you know, when you think about that kind of contextually, the whole, what was his name? The one who kissed him, and Judas, you know, that was one of his boys. Judas was one of his boys, been kicking it with him. And then he betrayed him so he could, you know, they could get him and kill him, according to the story. That would be a fake friend. So that's what or at least what he claims. I believe him. That's what he claims he was talking about, right? That's what he claims he was talking about. He said fake friends, fake love. But the Jewish community, some of this stuff I believe starts inside the Black community. Because, you know, a lot of us are so quick to say that everything ain't racist. Everything ain't about race. That race almost race riot in Birmingham, that wasn't about race. It wasn't about race. Everything ain't about race. Why we always got to scream race? There is a segment of black people that get mad, like mad, when people point out racism against black people. I get mad. This man said, they killed this dude named Jesus. What do you think they'll do to you? The Jewish community says the myth that Jews collectively murdered Jesus, also referred to as deicide, has been used to justify violence against Jews for centuries. That's what the Anti-Defamation League said. Historians as well as Christian leaders, I can't even talk right. I do need some water. My mouth is kind of dry. Historians as well as Christian leaders have agreed that the claim is baseless. The Anti-Defamation League put out a statement. What I'm saying? Because Jamie Foxx posted this thing. And then he had to come in. I read the long apology. He had to come, he had to take it down and post a whole apology, professing his love of Jewish people. Why? Because he wanted to talk about some fake friends, and some people misinterpreted what he was saying. And it created a whole stir. And I'll tell you this, I haven't read or heard a Jewish person say, everything ain't anti-Semitism. Damn. Y'all think everything is anti-Semitism? Every time somebody says something, don't make it anti-Semitism. Stop using anti-Semitism as a crutch. Stop using anti-Semitism. I haven't heard a single Jewish person say that. They just like, hey, he said Anti-Defamation League didn't like it. Make him apologize. So, he said he didn't mean it that way. Well, let's kind of make him pay anyway, just to be sure that nobody else think that it's okay to say that. Why y'all always talking about anti-Semitism? Everything ain't anti-Semitic, okay? Everything ain't anti-Semitic. Now, maybe y'all saw it. Is it a Jewish person that y'all heard say that? Everything ain't anti-Semitic, ADL. Y'all just always want to make everything anti-Semitic. I haven't heard it. Even when he kind of explained what he meant and they realized, hopefully, okay, it wasn't anti-Semitic. They didn't come back and say, oh, our bad, Jamie Foxx. We apologize for misinterpreting what you said. You're right. That wasn't anti-Semitic. They just accepted that apology and moved on. They just accepted it and moved on. And he knew to apologize. He knew to apologize and say, I love Jewish people. Some of my best friends are Jewish people. I've had Jewish people over my house for dinner. He knew what to say. How do we get that? How do we get that? Because people say whatever they want to say about black people. People tell you, try that in a small town. How you know that's about black people? He never said black people in the whole song, but you want to pretend like it's he talking about black people. Other people do stuff in small towns. Maybe he was talking about everybody. He was clearly talking about black people. He was clearly talking about black people. But we got people saying that. Black people. Nobody, I haven't heard any Jewish people come out and say to the ADL, look, We got bigger fish to fry than worrying about Jamie Foxx posting something on Instagram. Can we focus our attention on other stuff? Nobody said that. I haven't heard a single Jewish person say that. It's Jamie Foxx. We got bigger fish to fry, ADL. Can we talk about some of the other issues in the Jewish community? We worried about Jamie Foxx. I didn't hear that. Try that in a small town. Man, we got bigger issues to worry about, y'all. Y'all worried about a song. He didn't even say black people in the song. I want to know, how can we get what the Jewish people got? I personally think some of it started at home. I guarantee. I'm getting a money back guarantee. All right? If you prove me wrong, I will give you your money back. I will give you your hi, I'm checking in from back. I will give it back. Money back guarantee. I guarantee you, some Jewish person, when they saw the Jamie Foxx thing and saw the uproar, they was like, in their mind, that really ain't no big deal. We got bigger things to worry about. We got more important issues. It's Jamie Foxx. He was talking about fake friends. He never said anything about Jews. Let it go. They didn't come out and say it, though. But I guarantee you, some Jewish person was thinking that. Like, damn, ADL, you got to comment on everything. Let that go. They didn't come out and say it. They like, look, ADL said it. We rocking with the ADL. Even though we don't think he meant it. It don't matter. Apologize. Say you love me, and I can come over for dinner if I want to. Because we need to all be on one accord to let them see we got this. Small stuff, big stuff, don't matter. Yeah, Anthony said they fight anything, big or small. Yeah, no matter. No matter. How do we get that? Well, sometimes we too deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean? You saying we not too deep? No, I'm saying sometimes we too deep. Like, again, I know that some Jewish person was thinking, so what? So what? In the grand scheme of things, how is that really affecting us? But they like, I don't even really need to think that deep into it. I'm not here to prove to anybody that I'm not super pro-black. Or I'm not here to prove to anybody that I'm so pro-black that some minor anti-black stuff don't bother me. I'm only focused on the big anti-black stuff. And to me, it's a little bit of a lesson to be learned here. Jamie, for real, when you think about it, you know what I'm saying, in context, this was clearly not meant to be anti-Semitic. He was talking about fake friends. Good chance some black person that he feel like stabbed him in the back. He brought up a little analogy. And the Jewish people said, what? Huh? What? He said, they, Jesus, that's us. We can't let that go. And he had to do a long apology. Jennifer Aniston, he got in so much trouble. Jennifer Aniston got in trouble because apparently she liked it. She had to come out and say she didn't like it, even though she clearly liked it. She said, I didn't like it intentionally or accidentally. But you clicked like. Somebody clicked like. I wonder if she's claiming some anti-Semite hacked my page and liked it. I would never like something like that. I'm against anti-Semitism in all its forms. I don't remember exactly what she said. I will pull it up. But basically, she said, I'm against anti-Semitism in all its forms. I love Jewish people. Some of my best friends are Jewish people. I've had Jewish people over my house for dinner, too. Fuck Jamie Foxx. She didn't say the last part. But he got in so much trouble that she got in trouble. And no Jewish person throughout this entire ordeal came out and said, damn, y'all, we're a little too sensitive. That's not that big of an issue. How do we get that? How do we get that? How do we convince? Because you got battling levels of pro-black, right? I'm so pro-black that anytime anybody say a word that begin with the letter N, I'm looking side-eye. He wanted to say the N word. Nowadays, hold on, you mean black people? No, I just started my sentence with nowadays. I'm about to talk about something. Okay, I'm just checking. Make sure you ain't. That don't even sound like it begin with an N. It is an N word. We got those people, and they like, whoa, like hypersensitive to everything that could potentially be considered anti-black. And then we got the other group who are like, man, all that stuff y'all talking about is bullshit. We need to be focused on this stuff because this is the real anti-black stuff. So it's like a battle. Like, no, my anti-black is better than your anti-black. No, my anti-black is better than your anti-black. I want us to make like a pact. All the anti-black people or the pro-black people. I get confused. All of the pro-black people. I want us to make a pact. Can we make a pact that when people criticize people for being anti-black, we will just shut the fuck up? So I don't agree with him and what he said. What? And then shut the fuck up. Make them apologize and move on. You just think that in your head and you talk about your stuff. We're not going to do that though, are we? We're not going to do that. If he being too sensitive, I got to say, he being too sensitive. And I for real, I wonder sometimes, do you have to say he being too sensitive because it eats at you so bad? Or do you have to say he being too sensitive because you got to show white people or whoever that you not that black? You're not that kind of black. Now, I believe some people really, they like, look, we worried about the petty stuff. We need to stop focusing on the petty stuff and worry about the big stuff. Nobody else worry about the petty stuff. They all worry about the big stuff. Well, clearly, some of them worry about the petty stuff. And when you get to the point where you can't even say the petty stuff, you might be getting somewhere. You might be getting somewhere. Possibly. Possibly. It's possible to be like, that's not what he meant. Leave him alone. He's a good white person. He just made a mistake. No. Because it should be like an automatic, like Jamie Foxx. Who was the dude? It was a baseball thing. I don't really follow baseball like that. But he was talking about the Negro Leagues or the whatever. And he said the N-word league or the N-word Hall of Fame or whatever it was he said. And he held out for a minute like that's not what I meant. It was just a slip of the tongue. Damn, y'all. Y'all want to make everything racist. Like, you said the N-word. Like, you can't even get... And it was people... What? But you know he didn't mean that. You know he didn't mean it. It was just a slip of the tongue. But Jewish people wouldn't have said that. You accidentally slip and say the K-word. Guarantee you the Jewish people ain't going to be like, oh, man, it ain't no big deal. It was just a slip of the tongue. It ain't no big deal. He meant to say kite, and he accidentally said that word. Like, come on, Jewish people, we too sensitive. We too sensitive. No, you're not going to see that. But you heard that. And then that dude, if I recall, because I can't really follow baseball, he came out and he was like, man, look, I clearly didn't mean it. It ain't that big of a deal. And eventually, did he get fired? Did he lose his job eventually? He never came out, at least where I didn't see where he ever came out and did like a full-throated apology. See, there's always pushback. There's always pushback. Like, hold on, bruh. That was some racist shit. Like, nah, that wasn't racist. Bruh, that was racist. It wasn't racist. And you're going to get the chorus of people. And then they come out, well, I didn't mean that to be racist. If you took it that way, then like, no, that's racist, bruh. It's not racist. Then the chorus grows. And then it's, hey, I got some black friends. I can't be racist. And grow. And then it's, oh, okay, I apologize if you thought that was racist. But it's never look, it's gone. I was wrong. It was hurtful. I shouldn't have said it. I love black people. If I could, I would change my wife black. You know what I'm saying? Everything, just black. I want to be black. Like, I apologize. I was wrong. Please forgive me. Black people are some of the best people in the world. It never just comes out like that. Like, boom, done. That's never how it go down. Because there's always some black people. He didn't really mean that. It was really just a slip of the tongue, and y'all just too sensitive. Blah, blah, blah. Stop. Can we make a pact to stop doing that? If one black person is offended by whatever that person said, can we just be on his team? Like, hey, bro, I hurt some people's feelings. Shouldn't have said it. Your words were hurtful. Did it hurt you? Don't matter. We're not talking about me specifically, but clearly it was hurtful to some black people. You shouldn't have said it. You should apologize. You should accept responsibility. That should be the answer every time. Not, it wasn't even that big of a... No. It hurt some people. Your words were hurtful. Can we make a pact? Can we? I'm asking for real. Can we? CK.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
How you doing?
Man, I was listening to what you said, man. That was deep. when you said not one. I said, man, he can't be right talking about not one Jewish person had, and he came out and said, come on now. And I did my research. You were exactly right. Not one Jewish person in America has defended his comments and spoke the truth. Because in your heart and my heart, we know that Jamie was not being anti-Semitic. Could you say that with
look,
belief?
He explained what he meant, and I thought it was really clear with the hashtag fake friends. What was it? Fake friends, fake love, or whatever it was. Yeah, fake friends, fake love. He was talking about fake friends betraying people, and if Jesus had a fake friend, you know, you kind of expect that we all gonna have a fake friend. He wasn't talking about
Right.
Jewish people.
Right. It's like, but when you flip that around, like the Rodney King case, you can't say that the other way around. Like it's not one. It's gonna be black people that defend the police for beating up Rodney King. But like you said, if you flip that around, 4 black cops beating up on the Jewish guy, you're not gonna find one Jewish person defending the police actions. They're gonna say it's anti-Semitism,
Probably.
just based on the Jamie Foxx content.
Or let me say this. Initially, they might not, nobody might say it's anti-Semitism, but if the Anti-Defamation League comes out and says that was anti-Semitic, even the ones who don't believe that, they gonna shut the fuck up.
Yep. They're not gonna make a comment. But it's based on the hate, though. It's based on the hate that we have for each other because it's just you don't want to support your fellow brother if he's a victim of racism. You're going to have black people like, damn, I'm tired of black folks always crying about racism. Because you went through this yourself, remember, with the Quentin Tarantino controversy. And you was trying to tell us how racist he was by continually using the N-word. But we wanted to watch the movie, so we defended a known racist, right?
Yeah.
And then years later, you get proven correct with the Jewish movie he made, and he never made reference to the
no K word
that they use.
No K word, and people still argue with me about that. Like, well, but, and I'm like, bruh, the movie was set in Nazi Germany. You telling me they didn't use the K word? Nazis were against using the K word.
Yep. We can't be in unity with it. We was against you. We wasn't against Quentin Tarantino for his lack of compassion for people to hear that word. But we were so thirsty to watch the movie, we didn't even care about the 300, 400 N-words used in the movie. So it's I think it's racism from within. So I think as a black man, you got to deal with white people that hate you and black people that hate you.
But that's why I'm asking if we can just make a pact. Like, look, I don't like Al Sharpton. Not me personally, but, just saying. If you're like, I don't like Al Sharpton. But when Al Sharpton come out and say, hey, yo, that's racist, just don't say nothing. They told me to stop saying the F word. But in that context, it wasn't a cuss word, just so y'all know. But I'll stop saying it. Just don't say nothing. Let Al say that was racist and fight against what he perceived to be racist. When the NAACP come out and say, hey, that was racist, you might not agree. Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. Don't say it wasn't. Don't make excuses. Let the NAACP have at it until we get to the point where it's automatic. Like, you don't say anything that could possibly even be misunderstood to be anti-black. And then we roll.
Yep. I think that in the 90s with the upcoming with the Black Power, I think back in those days when Jamie Foxx was young, I think he's been beaten into submission. I think he would have fought for his his statement in earlier, Jamie Foxx, but now it's so much fear in. I think a younger and in his 20s Jamie Foxx would have stood up for itself and said, "Nah, what the fuck is y'all talking about? I didn't say nothing. I didn't mention Jewish people.
I don't know
Y'all are
about that.
crazy. Y'all are being racist."
Only one who I think might, and I am saying might be Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle might be like, hey, I didn't mention Jewish people, y'all, but I'm not even sure about that. Because
Right.
I don't remember when Kyrie Irving and Kanye West got in trouble and Dave Chappelle went on Saturday Night Live and did that brilliant monologue.
Right.
He was really careful. He really kind of told the line, but he was very careful to not get himself into that controversy. Even though they tried to pull him in, he just kept walking. He ignored it. He didn't defend it and he didn't back it down. He just kept walking like, yeah, they just over there talking. Let me just keep walking and let that go away. So that's why I say he might do it, but now the Jewish people got power, man. As a community, they got power.
Yeah, it's like they bullies. I would name another guy. I think the way he articulated himself, he might could have got through to him, and I think he didn't. He held nothing back. Would be Dave Chappelle is a good one, and how about Muhammad Ali?
Well, I mean, that was back then. Things was different. Like Muhammad Ali, he was already canceled. You know what I'm saying? So he was in the position at that, at a certain point, he was in a position where he could have said anything. He was legit already canceled. But once he came back,
his words.
Once he came back, he would have been apologizing.
Oh, okay. Because you got to understand, his standing up for himself is what got him canceled. It wasn't him just getting canceled for nothing. He canceled because he said what he believed.
Yeah, but when they take everything from you, and this is just it kind of makes sense. When you are you, and they take everything from you, and what you had was significant, and they leave you out there with nothing for a few years. Then once they let you back in, you're going to be a little more careful with your words. See, that was the punishment. Like, we're going to take your title. We're going to take your license to box. We're going to threaten to take your freedom. We're going to do all that kind of stuff. Now you go out there and dangle in the wind for a few years. Now, hold on. You want to, they said we got to let you back in. Do you know how to act now? All right, come on back in. That was kind of what they did to Muhammad Ali.
Is it safe to say that this organization is bullies? They bully minorities?
I don't know that it's safe to say that. I think it's safe to say, at least from my perspective, because I'm not hating on them. I want to have as a community what they have as a community from that perspective. I want to, if you want to say bully, like, look, you said something that is hurtful to Black people. Take that stuff back and apologize and say you love Black people. Now, how much do you love Black people? No, don't just say you love them. Tell me how much you love them. All right. Now you can go on about your business. That's not bullying. That's you defending your community. I want that same thing.
Yeah, you're right. And Geneva Clark said what organization? The Anti-Defamation League. That's the organization I'm referring to. And I just think, at least, when you accusing somebody of something that they didn't do, they should be able to defend themselves without admitting guilt. Because I'm just saying, this is what got a lot of innocent Black people incarcerated, because they really making him think that he did something wrong. So imagine how many people confess to crimes they didn't do just off of this. You seeing he confessing to something everybody knows he didn't do, including the Anti-Defamation League.
I don't think.
With their power.
See, I don't. He didn't confess to doing anything wrong. He went and he explained that, hey, what I said, basically y'all took it the wrong way, but I'm sorry that I made you feel that way. I'm sorry. I now see that was hurtful and I shouldn't have said that. And just to be clear, because, he had to solidify, I love Jewish people. I love Jewish culture. And you know what I'm saying? I'm aware of one of them things on my head. One of that. He didn't go that far, but you know what I'm saying? He might as well have. But he didn't admit to doing it. But he knew just explaining it wasn't going to be enough. It wasn't going to be
Right.
enough. It was, I got to apologize. I got to ask for forgiveness. I got to let it be known this won't happen again. I'm going to be more careful with my words because I don't want to hurt nobody, especially the Jewish people. You know, there's steps that you have to go through to do like what they wanted Kyrie Irving to do. If Kyrie Irving had did that same thing, if Kyrie Irving had said, look, hold on, let me pull it up. Come on, computer. See, this need to be a Mac. If Kyrie Irving had said when he posted that link to that movie, I want to apologize to the Jewish community. And hold on, let me put it up. I want to apologize to the community and the Jewish community and everyone who was offended by that link that I posted. I now know that my choice of movies have caused offense, and I'm sorry. That was never my intent. To clarify, I just saw a movie that I thought was a movie that people could learn some interesting things from. That's it. No more. I only have love in my heart for everyone. I love and support the Jewish community. My deepest apologies to anyone who was offended. Nothing but love, Kyrie Irving. If Kyrie Irving had did that, they'd have been, all right, take it down and then profusely apologize for ever even considering or not considering how other people would feel about your choice of movies. Take it down and apologize profusely. He wouldn't have had that trouble.
So what you think if Jamie Foxx would say, look, as a nigger in America, I now realize anything I say will be held against me, so I'm not gonna never post anything ever again. Sincerely yours, Jamie.
He would never work in Hollywood again. That would be it. It would be over. His career would be done. And then he might find himself on the bad end of another health scare that don't turn out this way. You know what I'm saying? He would, no. He would never work again.
Yeah, man, I'm just thinking, listen, we not saying, we can't say nothing. We just got to call the Jewish people what they are. They are an organization that's here to tear down other organizations, other races. They don't like black people. They haven't showed me, where have Jewish people showed me they have love for black people when you see them doing things like this? So we got to just call.
There are people that would say that Jewish people helped organize and start the NAACP. So that would be showing some sort of love for black people.
And they also omit them from being part of slavery, which we all know that they was part of slavery. But we never get that part in the slavery documentaries. So that's part of their bully tactics. Yep. They just, I mean, they need to be stopped, man. They terrible. I think they really driving a wedge. We got to get this through to the people, to the young kids.
I don't think it's terrible. We disagree on that. I want black people to have the same thing. And I don't think it's terrible. A couple of people have said demanding respect is not terrible.
But you using your line when, okay, you don't want to abuse your power. That's called abusing your power.
No, it's not. Look, CK, you a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
You a grown a man. And if you have determined in your heart that you don't want to be called, let's say, a B word, right? You like, don't call me the B word. And I'm like, but you a B word. And you're like, nah, I demand respect. And to me, that's disrespectful. Don't call me that. I'm like, but what? All my other friends don't mind me calling them that. It's nothing. It ain't no big deal. You're like, no, I demand respect. Like, I'm like, man, you overstepping your bounds. You misusing your power to demand the level of respect that you want. You like, no, this is the level of respect. I'm like, what, can I call your wife a B? Like, no, you can't call nobody a B. I'm like, but man,
Right.
it don't even really mean that when I say it. You like, don't say it. Like, man, you misusing your power, man. You a bully. No, you have a certain level of whatever it is that you expect for you, that you expect to be referred to, how you expect to be talked about, how you expect all of that stuff. And you stick to it. That's not you being a bully. That's you saying, no, you're going to respect me. But I don't even mean it that way. I don't care how you mean it. This is how I took it. And this is what I expect. That's not you being a bully, man.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I feel you, but like if he not talking about y'all and y'all gonna make it about y'all, I think that's totally wrong. I just think now if he referenced them, then I would understand. But if you just say the Bengals won the Super Bowl, and then I say, well, you just offended all black people, you know, be like, what the hell did he say about the Bengals? It's the same thing. He didn't say nothing about when they killed Jesus. Well, what the hell that got to do with Jewish? You know what I mean? You just took, because your ass retarded and you thinking about somebody being, I ain't thinking about y'all people. But like you said, he's scared to get canceled. But I understand your point. I do wish we did have that power, but hey, man, wishful thinking.
All right, CK.
Yes, sir. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate the call. I understand what CK is saying. And Ben, who I don't remember, did Ben ever apologize for lying on me? So I said I wasn't gonna read his stuff until he apologized for lying on me. But I don't remember what the lie was that he told. I just know he lied. Man, I think I might have to be like the Jewish people. I don't know what you did. I don't remember what you said, but I'm not reading your stuff until you apologize for lying on me. What was the lie? I don't remember, but I know it was a lie. So give me a general, I apologize for lying on you, and I won't do it again. Livingstons, I love Livingstons. Livingstons are the best people. And if I could marry a Livingston, I would marry a Livingston. If I could become a Livingston, I would become a Livingston. I need a general apology for lying. I can't sit here and say I want to be like the Jewish people in that way and then just let you off. No. I need my apology. I want to apologize to Emanuel Livingston and everybody who was offended by my lie. I now know that my choice of words have caused offense, and I'm sorry. That was never my intent. To clarify, when I lied on Emanuel, I was wrong. I only have love in my heart for Emanuel. I love and support the Livingston family. My deepest apologies to anyone who was offended. Nothing but love always. That's what I need. But yeah, no, I do believe it starts within. It starts within. Now, look, we have a history here in America, and to ignore that history, I think would be foolish. So to act like we could just tomorrow, and this is, I see this a lot with people talking about how we solve all of these problems, whatever they are, education, economics, housing, you name it. To pretend that we don't have a history here in America that affects how we act and react. But other people don't come here and do that. Other people, they ain't coming here the way we came here. And there is something about the way that you move through a thing that affects you. Say, but you didn't come here as no slave. You was born here. But I was raised by people who 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 were. And they passed that trauma along. And you mean they passed that trauma along? Come on. Like, there's a reason why you eat the stuff you eat. Hey, man, you lost me. What are you talking about? Come on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There's a reason why you eat the things that you eat, why you like the food seasoned the way you like it. You eat certain macaroni and cheese. I'm going somewhere. Trust me. You eat certain macaroni and cheese. And if it ain't like your mama or your grandmama's macaroni and cheese, you don't like that macaroni and cheese. And other people be tearing it up like, this is good macaroni and cheese. And you like, it's all right, but it ain't, you know what I'm saying, as creamy as my mama's. And somebody tastes your mama's and they like, it's too creamy, you know what I'm saying? I like little chunks of cheese in there. You pass down what you think, what you feel, how you respond, your tastes, your habits, your traditions, that all gets passed down, sometimes not even intentionally. If I'm walking with my daddy and when my daddy see a white person, he drop his head and I pay attention to that. He might never have to tell me when you see a white person, you drop your head, you cross the street and you know, whatever, you say yes, sir, or whatever. He may never have to say it. I seen him do it a million times. This is how we react when we see white people. So then when I'm walking with my son and I see a white man and I drop my head and I say, yes, sir. My son see it. My son might be like, I ain't never gonna act like that. Even if he chooses to do the exact opposite, it is still a result of what my granddaddy did that I saw, that he saw in me, and then he chose to react to it a different way. But he chose to react that different way because of what he saw, which is what I was taught, or at least what I observed. So don't believe that, oh, you was never a slave. You was never a slave, so, and trauma gets passed down from generation to generation, and it all depends on how it's dealt with. But the reaction to that trauma is what you actually see. That weakness, that's a reaction to that trauma. And you're like, man, he weak. He a sellout. He this. That's his reaction to that trauma that he saw. Like, wow, that dude is militant. That's a reaction to that trauma. He saw his daddy do that. He said, I ain't never doing that. And now he's so far the opposite. Trauma gets passed down. So to act like, oh, tomorrow, as the Black community, we just gonna all come together and, you know what I'm saying, we gonna have that same strength as other communities. That's disregarding all these years of trauma. How can African people can come over here? They Black, they get discriminated against, they can still just work and make it. Some of them couldn't make it in Africa because they was dealing with trauma. Now, if I go to Africa, I'm free. You know what I'm saying? I'm free. The shackles are off my brain, off my mind, off my everything. Empty or blank slate all around. I go to Africa and, you know what I'm saying, build a fortune. African people gonna be like, how can he come over here and do all of this? when we got to fight through the bureaucracy and the racism here in Africa. I don't even see that because it's not a part of my history. Forget your racism. Forget your bureaucracy. What I got to do, did it. Now, I'm rich in the mug in your country. Because I don't have all of those years of trauma on me. I'm telling y'all, that's real. It's a real thing. So that, the idea, if we could just, I say that myself too. And I think about it, man, if we could just, whatever the thing is, if we could just come together, if we could just put the guns down, if we could just educate ourselves, if we could just forget what the white man is saying, if we could just ignore the stumbling blocks in our way, if we could just, but we can't. We can't. Because we still dealing with that passed down trauma. I want us to. I do. I want us to. But it's not. And I want us to stop beating each other. It's not going to happen. But I want us to stop beating each other up for not being able to just get past it. Help me get past it. That's one of the reasons why, I really do advocate people get counseling and stuff like that. I advocate that people get counseling and all that kind of stuff. Because, you don't even know you're dealing with trauma. You don't know why you like your macaroni and cheese that way. But you do. If you was raised on Stouffer's, I'm not laughing at people raised on Stouffer's. But that is not the same as grandmama's homemade macaroni and cheese that was baked in the oven. It's not the same. But you still love Kraft macaroni and cheese because that's really all y'all had growing up. And to you, that's macaroni and cheese. It ain't your fault. It ain't your fault. Get some counseling. Okay, don't go seeking counseling because you like the wrong macaroni and cheese. But you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Oh, let's see. I think my time is almost up. Stephanie says, don't say it won't happen. That's a defeatist attitude. It can happen. It can happen somewhere down the line, but overnight, and if y'all think it's a defeatist attitude, or if you think it's a defeatist attitude, I'm a realist. It's not happening overnight. It's just not. We not coming together like that overnight. I want unity. I want unity. I want every parent to love their child, to do their best to not create traumas that affect their children's lives. All right, I said it. Do you think that's changing overnight? Some 6-year-old is going to be traumatized tonight in some way, shape, or form. They're going to watch their mama get abused. They're going to watch their daddy get abused. They're going to have to sit and watch destructive behaviors or be the victim of some terrible act. Just because I said it don't mean it's going to change. That's just being, realist. And I think when we like, look, Stephanie, this is why I say to some of the, well, this is one of the reasons why I say, and I keep trying to tell people this stuff ain't gonna change. This stuff ain't gonna change overnight. We ain't ever gonna all come together and be unified as one. I don't think that is ever gonna happen. I don't think it happens in any race or group of people. They're not all unified as one. It doesn't happen. But I say it Because one of the things that I want us to start thinking about, well, that I want us to continue to think about, because other people think about it, is, so for example, I'm gonna use Marquetta, her example yesterday. We talk about when a lot of times when we talk about education and stuff like that, and we say it's on the parents, it's on the parents. And one of the things that Marquetta said with regard to kind of her upbringing was, her parents had an effect. But we talk about it's on the parents as if sometimes I feel like as if to say it ain't my responsibility. It's the parents' responsibility. And some people don't think about the fact that, but what about the fact that, it's just a fact that some parents are not going to do the responsible thing, whatever that is in whatever situation. Some parents aren't going to sit down and do homework with their child. Some parents aren't going to require that their child go to school. Some parents aren't going to feed their child before school, or show them love and respect. Get them to school on time. Make sure they got on clean clothes so they're not mocked when they go to school and all of that kind of stuff. We want to say it's all the parents. It's all the parents. It's all the parents. It's all the school. It's all the school. But okay, what are we doing for the kids whose parents we know ain't gonna do what's right? What are we gonna do about them? Well, it's their parents' fault. Okay, but you got to deal with them. Eventually, you got to deal with them. Some way, shape, or form. Hopefully, they overcome, and you dealing with them as a peer, a well-adjusted human. But some of them are not, and you're going to have to deal with them. I don't know, maybe they bagging your groceries. Maybe they the angry chick at Popeyes. Maybe they the dude doing the drive-by. You're going to have to deal with them eventually. Nobody really bags groceries anymore. I take that one back. They're the angry cashier. Well, there are no more cashiers. We do our own work at the store. So, but they there somewhere. You got to deal with them. So instead of just saying, it's the parents' fault. It's the parents' fault. Okay, it's the parents' fault. Now what? What do we do to step in the gap for the parents who ain't gonna do what they ain't gonna do? And if we just sitting like, oh, you being so defeated, parents can step up. I'm not putting my head in the sand, pretending like, oh, tomorrow all parents are going to be loving and supportive and caring and do what's best for their kids in every situation. No, they're not. They're not. It's not negative. It's not defeatist. It's realist. And if you don't want to deal with the real situation, it's a part of it. Not because there are a lot of loving parents who do everything for their kids that they possibly can. But what are we going to do to help those that don't? And we need to think about that. And that's why I'm like, we ain't about to come together. Because now we need to, if we all just sitting back expecting magically we all going to come together, and we never dealing with or never really kind of concrete setting our feet to the fact that it's probably not going to happen. So how do we deal in spite of the fact that we never all coming together? What's his name? Jason Aldean or whatever. He should have pulled that song, pulled that video, said, I apologize. That song was hurtful. I love the Black community. I never meant to do anything to harm or be hurtful or encourage violence against Black people in small towns. I apologize to the family of Ahmaud Arbery that I'm basically justifying what happened to your son. I love Black people. Some of my best friends are Black people. I've had Black people over my house for dinner, and please forgive me. Nothing but love. Jason. But he didn't. He dug his feet in. Because he knew nothing was going to happen. Well, all right, y'all. I know I came here late. And I'm leaving a little bit late, not quite as late as I got here. But I got stuff to do. There I go laughing again. Why am I laughing? It's serious out here. The time for laughing is over, Emanuel. Congratulations to Ohio on defeating issue 1. I thought that was a bad idea. So congratulations. You can go ahead and celebrate. Take your wife tonight and have some celebratory sex. We doing this for issue 1. Issue 1 went down. We defeated issue 1. You celebrate it. Say no on issue 1, girl. Say no on issue 1. Get out there, do whatever you got to do, celebrate it, and then, come on back and we'll talk about some other stuff. I didn't want to, go too hard on, on the action. You know what I'm saying? But all right, y'all. That's right. Make some issue 1 love tonight. Make some issue 1 love tonight. I got to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Look, she's your wife. She's your wife. There's nothing wrong with coming up with reasons to make love to your wife and theme it out. Get some of them I voted stickers. Strategically place them. Take them off with your teeth. You know what I'm saying? Just theme it out. It's 2 of y'all. Y'all both voted. Y'all got the sticker. Stick it on there. Tell her to put on some red drawers and come in here. You know what I'm saying? With the stickers on. It's your wife. You can do that. And don't let nobody make you ashamed. I know I'm doing it. All right. Until next time, do me this favor. Be the reason that somebody smiles today. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm out, y'all. Peace.